Hello, and welcome to my world, my coin hunt world, that is. And I see you see something, well, I think you see something floating in my hand. I did something different last night. I wrote down stuff on paper, so I won't haphazardly forget what I wanted to talk about. So, what else did I do last night? I watched, wait for it, Ladies of the Hunt. Two young ladies were interviewing a third young lady. This third young lady, she does the question and answers for Coin Hunt World game. And I tell you what, her significant other is one lucky person, because the cadence and speech pattern that she has it did hypnotize me. I'm sorry, ladies of the hunt, but I stayed listening to her, and just the tone of her voice. She was using big words too. Wow. Give your significant other, if she ever sees this, which I probably doubt she won't, but get your significant other a huge hug. And yeah, I would sit there. See, this reminds me of my ex. And I used to listen to her talk biology, and as she worked out the questions for her master's degree and her paper she was writing. And yeah, I used to get lost in listening to that. But anyways, enough about talking about her speech pattern. What did they talk about? Well, let's see. I wrote stuff down. About localization of questions and answers. Like that is a tough one. I like it though. I like the localizations of questions and answers. But how do you do it? Because that's a whole nother layer of algorithm. Because I was surprised with the yellow vaults. The first question in the yellow vault of the region you're in is, I liked that. That made me feel, all right, this is my area. I know what we're talking about here. Entertainment. Beyonce, Destiny's Child. I remember when she started dating Jay-Z. Her daddy didn't like that. But Jay-Z ended up being a better person than he was a kid. Because growing up, Jay-Z was wild. Growing up, I was wild. And I'm sure if I went after a girl whose father was a preacher of some form, I believe, he wouldn't want me dating his daughter either. But, with time, and hopefully with time, you become a more relaxed and understanding person. Our wild, youthful days. But enough about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Alright, I'm trying to see what else I wrote down. Oh yeah, localization, but one of my favorites is fashion. The one I don't ever answer, the questions I don't ever go for unless my cousin's standing next to me and he says pick it. I don't go after sports in any manner. I'm not gonna lie to you. I go after every other category. But sports, I will never pick myself, because outside of baseball, and even so, I just enjoy the sport and being out alongside a field on a nice sunny day, eating a hot dog, just relaxing. I don't know if it's the sport itself that I enjoy, but yeah, I don't answer the sports. All the others I do answer, though. I may not do well in them, and depending on the time of day, and how active my brain is, we gotta see where we go with what we answer. What are we gonna answer now? Books? Entertainment? Let's see if we can get books. Fantastic Mr. Fox. She was talking about how she designs answers and questions, and it is, I like seeing the gears that go into designing something like this. Hello.
Hi.
And seeing them talk about it and the structure of which they go through in the process and everything, I enjoy that. I'm a geek. I'm a geek nerd. I like that kind of stuff. So, yeah. What else? Oh, yeah. All right. So, a fellow PA gamer who I told you about yesterday in my talk of things outside of where I get my information from. He gave me a shout out during the talk. I'm sitting there. I typed in a response to something. And, it was about how I learned anatomy from my parents' butcher shop. Because I learned the sections of an animal by my parents, my father and grandfather, doing their profession. And it was my house because I lived above the grocery store. So I learned anatomy there. But I made a comment, and the next thing I know, all right, let me see if I can get his name right. Beats Me by Dre. I just say beats all the time because my brain can't think a lot. It can think a lot when it needs to, but names. So he was like, oh, he gave me a shout out real quick on there. That was cool. It's interesting, the community involved with this game. I've been involved with quite a few communities in different aspects of nerddom, and it gets very competitive. And this game, I'm surprised there isn't more competition in it, and I like that. I don't like competition. I like having fun. And competition to me is not fun. A lot of people say, well, how do you know if you don't know who wins or loses? It's like, I don't care. I compete against myself. I know where I stand in things. So if I start doing worse than I do, then yes, I'm going to compete against myself and hustle myself. I don't care about you across the street, little Timmy or Sally. I care about little Jeremy that stands right here. So I'm not a competitive person in that sense. But yeah, let's see where I even stand at. I only go by local. All right, I'm 7. Ooh, I slid down one spot. Susie Q, you're coming. Oh, I gotta hustle today. Catch up to Susie Q. But then, like, global, I'm 384. That, to me, I don't even bother remembering where that is. And then, what is the other one? Country. I'm 194. It's like, I don't bother with that. Ooh, while we're here, we can look at that stuff. How do you have this set up? Do you have one of these set up? Do you have your little display of your QB setup. Because I mean, like, that'll be great when I have all turtles in there, filled up, ready to go. Battle on! But, alright, before I get all Jer talk, what else do we got? So, Ladies of the Hunt, I watched last night. A new episode is up. They were doing a Q&A with the young lady that does the Q&A for the game itself. She's got a lucky significant other. That's all I gotta say. I would fall asleep every night listening to her talk. But anyways, talked about localization, which I think would be phenomenal. But once again, see, for me, especially areas that have history, this area was a huge coal mining town. This area was the birth of first aid because of coal mining and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. I hate this, but most people will tell you, yeah, we're from the area the office is from. In America, not in England. I'd much like being the one from England, because that means I'd be in England, because I've never left the States. I need a passport. But anyways, before I babble on, it's already 11 minutes here. Make sure I got everything. Beats, cool. Oh, they talked about a spaghetti monster, flying spaghetti monster. I remember back when I was going to college and stuff, talking about the flying spaghetti monster, having flying spaghetti monster stickers on our car, stuff like that. Yeah. It was a good talk last night. It really was. So everybody out there, be safe, have fun. Look both ways when you're crossing the street. We don't want you to run over. We want you safe and sound and keep on gaming. So, game on. Collect that crypto, answer those questions, and have fun. Enjoy. Wrong button.